Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak English Fluently. I'm Adam.
And I'm Anna. It's great to see you all again. How are you today, Adam?
I'm doing really well, Anna. A busy morning, but I'm excited for today's episode. How about you?
I'm good too. A little tired, but happy to be here.
Today, we're talking about something super useful, your work routine.
Yes, you'll learn natural English you can use to talk about your daily work life.
And if you're enjoying these real conversations,
Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
it really helps us grow. So, Anna, let's start with the beginning of the day. What time do you usually wake up?
Honestly, Adam, I wake up around 6:30. I'm not a morning person, but I try.
6:30. That's early. I wake up at 7, sometimes 7:15 if I'm tired.
I know you, Adam. You like to sleep a little extra.
Guilty. But once I'm up, I get ready pretty fast.
Same here. I usually get dressed, grab some water, and check the weather.
Do you eat breakfast before work, Anna?
Sometimes, if I'm in a hurry, I just drink coffee. What about you, Adam?
I always eat something. If I don't, I feel tired the whole morning.
That makes sense.
How do you usually get to work?
I take the bus. It's about 20 minutes.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's easy. I listen to music or check my messages.
I walk to work. It takes around 10 minutes.
Oh, that's nice, Adam. Walking in the morning feels good.
Exactly. It wakes me up.
What's the first thing you do when you arrive?
I usually turn on my computer and check my emails.
Same here. I always have so many emails in the morning.
Yeah, mornings are busy. Sometimes I even make a to-do list.
Oh, I do that too. I write down everything I need to finish.
Does it help you stay organized, Anna?
Totally. If I don't write things down, I forget.
Do you drink coffee right away?
Yes, that's the real start of my workday, Adam.
True. I make coffee after checking emails.
I need coffee before I even touch my emails.
So after coffee, what do you usually do?
I open my calendar and check my meetings.
Busy days?
Very busy sometimes. What about you?
I prepare my workspace. I like things clean and ready.
Oh, wow. Very professional, Adam.
I try.
Do you talk to your coworkers in the morning?
Sometimes. Just a quick good morning.
Same here. It's nice to start with positive energy.
Exactly. It makes the day feel lighter.
What if you're late, Adam?
Oh, I rush. I go straight to my desk and start working immediately.
I know that feeling. Being late stresses me.
Me too. A stressful start affects the whole day.
So, to sum up,
You wake up at 6:30, take the bus, drink coffee, and check your meetings.
and you wake up around 7, walk to work, check emails, and make a to-do list.
Exactly.
That's our morning start. Very different, but still productive.
True. Anna, everyone has their own style.
And that's what makes talking about work routines so interesting.
All right, Anna, let's talk about the morning tasks. What's the first thing you work on after settling in?
Well, Adam, I usually start with my priority tasks, the important ones.
Smart. I try to do the same. Mornings are when I have the most energy.
Exactly. That's why I avoid small tasks early in the day.
Yeah, same here. Small tasks can wait.
Do you usually have morning meetings?
Not every day. Maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, lucky you. I have meetings almost every day.
Really, Anna? Every day?
Yep. Some are short, but some feel like they last forever.
I know that feeling.
What do you usually work on in your morning focus time?
Mostly reports and planning. I like to finish them early.
That makes sense. Morning is quiet and perfect for concentration.
Exactly. What about you, Anna?
I work on client tasks. Emails, requests, sometimes big projects.
Sounds intense.
It can be, but I enjoy it.
Do you multitask in the morning?
Not really, Adam. I try to focus on one thing at a time.
Same. If I multitask too early, I get overwhelmed.
Right. One task, full focus.
How do you handle urgent requests?
I pause my work and deal with them immediately.
Even if you're busy?
Yeah, I have to. They're part of the job.
True. I usually check if it's really urgent before stopping.
That's smart, Adam. I should start doing that. Do you communicate with your team a lot in the morning?
Sometimes. Mostly quick messages.
Same. Can you check this? Can you send that?
Exactly. Quick and simple.
Keeps things moving. What do you do when you lose focus, Adam?
I take a 1-minute break. Just stretch or look away from the screen.
Oh, I do that too. It helps so much.
Absolutely. A small break can save the whole morning.
How long does your morning work session usually last?
Usually until 11 or 11:30.
Same here. After that, my energy drops a bit.
Yeah, I get a little slow too. But the morning is definitely the most productive part of my day.
Same, Anna. If I don't finish something in the morning,
It becomes harder in the afternoon.
exactly. Do you ever get unexpected tasks?
Oh yes. Suddenly someone needs help or something urgent comes up.
Happens to me all the time.
How do you handle it?
I take a deep breath, then deal with it.
Good strategy. I try to stay calm too.
So, Adam, if you had to describe your morning tasks in 3 words, what would they be?
Focus, planning, progress.
Nice. Mine would be emails, clients, meetings.
That sounds exactly like you, Anna.
And yours sounds very organized, Adam.
Well, that's our morning routine.
Full of tasks, focus, and sometimes stress.
But productive.
Very productive.
So, Anna, let's talk about lunch. What time do you usually take your lunch break?
Around 12:30, Adam? Sometimes earlier if I'm starving.
Haha, same. By 12, I'm already thinking about food.
Typical Adam.
Do you bring your lunch from home?
Not always. Sometimes I cook. Sometimes I just buy something quick.
Like a sandwich?
Exactly. What about you, Adam?
I usually bring food from home. Saves money.
Smart. I should do that more often.
Where do you eat your lunch?
Usually in the break room.
With coworkers.
Yes, but sometimes I eat alone when I want quiet time.
I get that. Some days, I just want silence.
Right. People think lunch is relaxing.
But sometimes it's the only time to breathe.
Do you go outside during lunch, Adam?
Sometimes I like taking a short walk.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Fresh air really helps.
True. Sitting all morning is exhausting.
What do you do after eating?
I usually check my phone, messages, maybe a quick video.
Haha, same. 5 minutes on YouTube.
Or more than 5.
Yeah, if the video is interesting.
Do you feel sleepy after lunch, Adam?
Oh yes, sometimes very sleepy.
Me too, especially after a heavy meal.
Pasta is dangerous.
Yes, pasta equals instant sleep.
What about coffee?
Oh, I definitely drink coffee after lunch.
Same. Afternoon coffee is a must.
Otherwise, I can't survive the afternoon.
Do you ever talk to coworkers about non-work stuff during lunch?
Yes, movies, weekend plans, random stories.
That's the best part of lunch.
Totally. It feels like a mini break from reality.
Do you have long lunches?
Not really. Maybe 30 to 40 minutes?
Same. Enough time to eat and reset.
Exactly.
What's the funniest thing that ever happened to you at lunch, Anna?
Once I dropped my whole salad on the floor.
No way.
Yes, Adam, and everyone saw it.
That's painful and funny.
I just laughed. What else could I do?
I had a moment too.
Tell me.
I microwaved my food for too long.
And?
It exploded.
Ha 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 ha.
The smell stayed for 2 days.
Oh no, Adam.
So, what do you usually feel after lunch?
If the morning was stressful, I feel better.
Same. Lunch feels like a reset button.
Yes. It gives me energy to finish the day.
And the afternoon always feels easier after a good break.
So, lunch for us is not just about food?
It's about relaxing, resetting, and recharging.
Exactly, Adam. A small pause that changes the whole day.
So, Anna, let's talk about the afternoon. What's your first task after lunch?
Usually, I start with follow-ups, Adam. Emails and messages I couldn't finish in the morning.
Same here. I call it the catch-up session.
Yes, you catch up on everything you missed.
Do you have meetings in the afternoon too?
Sometimes, but they're usually shorter than morning meetings.
Lucky you. My afternoons can be packed with calls.
Really, Adam? Every afternoon?
Almost. Some clients prefer late meetings.
That can be tiring.
What about project work?
I spend time finishing ongoing projects.
Same. Sometimes it's hard to stay focused after lunch.
True, I take short breaks to stay productive.
Smart move. How do you organize your afternoon?
I make a quick list after lunch. Then I start with the most urgent tasks.
I do that too. Urgent first, important second.
Exactly. It keeps things under control.
Do you ever feel sleepy again?
Sometimes, yes, but I usually walk around or grab coffee.
Coffee again?
Definitely. The afternoon is dangerous without coffee.
What about interruptions, Anna?
Oh, always. Phone calls, messages, team questions.
Same. Sometimes it feels like you can't focus at all.
That's why I try to block time for deep work.
Great idea. I should do that too.
Do you review your work in the afternoon?
Yes, I check reports, emails, everything I finished.
I do the same. Better to fix mistakes before the day ends.
Absolutely.
How about teamwork?
I often coordinate with my team after lunch.
I too. Quick messages, clarifications.
Helps everyone stay on the same page.
Exactly.
And if something urgent comes up,
I drop my task and handle it immediately.
same. Afternoons can be unpredictable.
Very true. Adam, what do you usually feel by 4 p.m.?
Tired but productive and a little anxious about finishing everything.
Yes, that's exactly me too.
It's the afternoon struggle, Anna.
We survive it with focus and coffee.
Do you plan for tomorrow in the afternoon?
Sometimes I make a small list of what's left.
I do that too. Helps me sleep better at night.
Absolutely. So the afternoon is
Catch up, focus, teamwork, and some challenges.
perfect summary, Anna.
And don't forget coffee.
Of course. Coffee is the hero of the afternoon.
That's true. So, Anna, let's talk about the afternoon. What's your first task after lunch?
Usually I start with follow-ups, Adam. Emails and messages I couldn't finish in the morning.
Same here. I call it the catch-up session.
Yes, you catch up on everything you missed.
Do you have meetings in the afternoon too?
Sometimes, but they're usually shorter than morning meetings.
Lucky you. My afternoons can be packed with calls.
Really, Adam? Every afternoon?
Almost. Some clients prefer late meetings.
That can be tiring.
What about project work?
I spend time finishing ongoing projects.
Same. Sometimes it's hard to stay focused after lunch.
True, I take short breaks to stay productive.
Smart move.
How do you organize your afternoon, Adam?
I make a quick list after lunch. Then I start with the most urgent tasks.
I do that too. Urgent first, important second.
Exactly. It keeps things under control.
Do you ever feel sleepy again?
Sometimes yes, but I usually walk around or grab coffee.
How do you productive, Adam?
Definitely. The afternoon is dangerous without coffee.
What about interruptions, Adam?
Oh, always. Phone calls, messages, team questions.
Same. Sometimes it feels like you can't focus at all.
That's why I try to block time for deep work.
Great idea. I should do that too.
Do you review your work in the afternoon?
Yes, I check reports, emails, everything I finished.
I do the same. Better to fix mistakes before the day ends.
Absolutely.
How about teamwork?
I often coordinate with my team after lunch.
I do. Quick messages, clarifications.
Helps everyone stay on the same page.
Exactly.
And if something urgent comes up,
I drop my task and handle it immediately.
same. Afternoons can be unpredictable.
Very true.
Adam, what do you usually feel by 4 p.m.?
Tired but productive, and a little anxious about finishing everything.
Yes, that's exactly me too.
It's the afternoon struggle, Anna.
We survive it with focus and coffee.
Do you plan for tomorrow in the afternoon?
Sometimes I make a small list of what's left.
I do that too. Helps me sleep better at night.
Absolutely.
So the afternoon is...
Catch up, focus, teamwork, and some challenges.
Perfect summary, Anna.
And don't forget coffee.
Of course, coffee is the hero of the afternoon.
True. Adam.
All right, Anna, we finally reached the end of the day. How do you usually wrap up your work?
I check all my tasks, Adam, and make sure nothing is left unfinished.
Same here. I hate leaving things half done.
Do you organize your desk before leaving?
Always. A clean desk makes tomorrow easier.
Exactly. I feel more relaxed when everything is in place.
What about your computer and emails?
I close all programs and check my calendar for tomorrow.
I do that too. I like starting fresh every morning.
Adam, do you ever have to stay late?
Sometimes. Deadlines or urgent tasks.
Happens to me too. Not fun, but necessary.
And when you leave on time?
I feel proud and relieved.
Same, Anna. That feeling of finishing the day is great.
Do you review what you achieved today?
Yes, I like to reflect. See what went well, what needs improvement.
That's very professional, Adam.
Haha, thank you. I try.
What about after work, Anna? Any routine?
I usually exercise or go for a short walk. Clears my mind.
Nice. I sometimes do the same. Or I cook dinner. Oh, yes, dinner is important. And relaxing after a busy day.
How do you prepare for tomorrow?
I write a quick to-do list for the next day.
Smart. I do that too. Helps me start the morning calmly.
Do you ever take work home, Adam?
Rarely. I try to separate work and personal life.
Same. Balance is key.
Do you feel satisfied with your workday most days?
Yes, if I finish my main tasks, that's enough.
Exactly. It's about quality, not just quantity.
What's your favorite part of ending the day, Adam?
Leaving the office and knowing I did my best.
I feel the same. That moment when you turn off your computer.
And finally relax. Best feeling ever.
Do you ever think about work on the way home?
Sometimes, but I try to let it go.
Same here. I want my evening to be peaceful.
So the end of the workday is about
Finishing tasks, organizing, reflecting, and relaxing.
perfect summary, Anna.
And a little coffee if needed.
Haha, true. Coffee saves the day even at the end.
Always, Adam. Always.
Well, Anna, that's our full workday routine.
Yes, Adam. From the morning start to the afternoon tasks and finally ending the day.
I hope everyone watching got some useful English for their own workday routine.
Absolutely. Now it's your turn. Try describing your daily work routine in English.
And don't forget,
Like the video, subscribe to Speak English Fluently, and stay tuned for more real conversations.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
See you next time.